Daddy's Fables. Milo, the tallest little giraffe. In the heart of a green, peaceful forest where tall trees swayed gently and the skies were always a perfect blue, there stood a small school called Willowwood School. It was a happy place, filled with laughter, songs, and curious little animals eager to learn. Among them was a young giraffe named Milo. Milo was kind, gentle, and always polite, but he was much taller than all his classmates. His neck stretched far above their heads, and even when he tried to crouch, he still stood out. Every day, Milo felt a little out of place. During hide and seek, he couldn't find a spot where his neck wouldn't give him away. In class, he always had to sit at the very back so the others could see the board. Even during art time, when everyone sat in a circle, his head blocked the light. "Why do I have to be so tall?" Milo whispered to himself one day, bending low to fit under a tree branch while his friends walked by effortlessly. No one meant to hurt his feelings, but the comments stung. "Your neck's in the way again. Can't you duck a bit more, Milo? I wish you weren't always blocking the sun." Bit by bit, those words made Milo feel different. Not special, not proud, just too big. From that day on, Milo tried his very best to be less tall. He hunched his shoulders. He bent his knees while walking. He even tried wrapping leaves around his neck to look shorter. But the more he tried to hide, the more awkward things became. One day during a relay race, Milo crouched too low while waiting for the baton. His squirrel teammate didn't see him and tripped right over him. "Oof, Milo, why are you crouching like that?" the squirrel squeaked. I didn't want to be in the way again," Milo mumbled. The squirrel didn't respond. She just walked away. That night, Milo stood in front of the pond and stared at his reflection. Tall, too tall. If only I was smaller, he sighed. One morning, dark clouds covered the sky and a strong wind rushed through the forest. Leaves danced in the air, and the trees creaked and swayed. "Be careful, little ones," said Miss Hippo, their teacher. "The wind is strong today. No running off." But as soon as class ended, the little animals dashed outside, giggling and chasing the wind. Among them was Daisy, the smallest fawn in the school. Light as a feather, Daisy chased a group of butterflies toward the open field. Suddenly, a huge gust of wind blew through the clearing. "Wah!" Daisy cried. The wind lifted her right off the ground. She spun and tumbled until she landed, stuck, on a high branch of an acacia tree. Her tiny legs clung tightly to the branch, and her eyes filled with tears. "Help!" she cried. "I'm stuck." Animals came running from every direction. Daisy's mother galloped into the clearing, calling up to her baby. "Hold on, Daisy, Mama's here." Miss Hippo tried climbing, but the branch creaked under her heavy weight. Owl tried flying, but the branch was too far from the trunk to perch safely. Everyone tried. Everyone failed. "What do we do now?" cried Rabbit. Then suddenly, Squirrel clapped her paws. "Milo." Heads turned. "Go find Milo. He's tall enough." By the pond, Milo was quietly reading under a tree when he heard shouting. "Milo, Milo, come quick." Daisy stuck up a tree. "Me?" He blinked. "Yes, you're the only one tall enough to help." Milo's heart thumped. His legs froze. But then he remembered the look on Daisy's face, the fear in her voice. He stood up straight. "Okay, let's go." When they reached the tree, Milo looked up and saw Daisy trembling on the branch. She looked so small, so scared. He stepped forward. "I'll get you down, Daisy. Don't be afraid." He took a deep breath. He stood on his tiptoes. He stretched his long neck as far as it would go. Almost, but not quite. He stepped closer to the tree. He braced his front legs against the trunk and stretched again. His nose brushed the branch. "Daisy, crawl down to me." Daisy slowly made her way along the branch, shaking with each step. She climbed onto Milo's head, then down his neck, all the way to the ground. "I made it," she shouted, hugging her mother. The entire forest burst into cheers. "Woohoo, Milo, you saved her. Tall is amazing." Milo's eyes widened. Then, for the first time ever, he smiled wide and stood tall. That night, Milo told his parents everything over dinner. His father smiled and patted him on the back. "You were brave, son. I'm proud of you." His mother kissed his head gently. "You see, Milo, being tall isn't a problem. It's a gift. Be proud of who you are." Milo snuggled between them. He felt warm, loved, and no longer awkward. That night, he dreamed not of being smaller, but of climbing even higher. From that day on, Milo never tried to hide his height again. He walked with his neck straight and his shoulders high. He helped hang decorations, reached apples from tall trees, and always offered a smile to those who looked up to him, literally. His friends learned that everyone has something special about them. And Milo, he learned that being different isn't something to hide. It's something to celebrate. Subscribe to Daddy's Fables channel for creative storytelling. Enjoy classic tales with modern twists and new stories that inspire all ages. Don't miss out. Subscribe today.